Okay, first off, great presentation. I do, however, see one weak point in
Only one? Yeah. Personal best.
This would be the major one that I saw.
Okay, major.
But someone who had everyone come up and demonstrated the absurdity of political community by showing that, you know, oh, we have 4 people, but now one person is slightly separated, and that amalgamation does not get you to something qualitatively different. But I agree that that's true, but an objection that I would see would be that in some cases amalgamation actually does get you to something qualitatively different in language. So for instance, you know, we could refer to a human body as this many cells or this many atoms, but clearly that's sort of absurd. It's much easier to refer to it as something that incorporates all of that. And so, you know, what a liberal or basically anyone that's not an anarchist would say is that, oh, well, we all come together as this sort of political community, blah, blah, blah. So how would you handle that objection?
No, that's a very, very good objection. Next question? Quick! No, that's a great, just for those who may have missed some of the finer points of that, the argument is, it's sort of like the free will argument, which we can get into another time perhaps, but the idea is that no atom is alive, right? And yet, if you get enough atoms together in a human being, then a human being is alive, and the atoms have life, or they're part of something that has life. So the idea is that if you aggregate enough things together, then you get a difference in properties. And that's very true. But, first of all, human beings don't aggregate together in that way, right? I mean, I guess we could all build a human pyramid, but can I be on top? No, but so human beings. So the fact is that human beings don't aggregate together in that way. Like if you get a crowd of people, they don't suddenly all get to fly or whatever, right? In a different way that a bunch of carbon atoms don't get to be alive until they're in a human being. So that would be the first thing that I would say. The second thing that I would say is that while it's true that a bunch of human cells getting together can produce a human being, it doesn't change the property of any individual cell. Do you see what I mean? And so it doesn't change the moral properties of any individual human being to aggregate, because then they would have to argue that a cell in your body, when it becomes part of your body, becomes something other than a cell, but it doesn't. It's just a cell in your body. So it's true that the aggregation, even if it did occur, would be different than each individual part, but it doesn't change the nature of each individual part. So I think those two arguments would be how I would counter it. And again, I would use, you know, stuff. I put these two salt shakers on top of each other. Does it become pepper? No, of course, they're just two salt shakers. So the individual components don't change with the aggregation. Make sense?
Great response.
Ah, thank you. Once in a while.